This video provides an overview of the Orwell Digital OR-1m Advanced Step Sequencer. At its most basic, the OR-1m is a 16-step sequencer with per-step controls for note pitch, duration, and velocity. In addition, each step features 4 knobs for generating MIDI continuous controller data of the user's choosing. The bias channel allows users to easily offset the values of outgoing MIDI data without changing the settings of the individual steps. The OR-1m also features thorough MIDI remote control of all significant front panel controls via MIDI controllers. Bidirectional MIDI control is also provided, allowing for MIDI control surfaces such as the BCR2000 from Behringer to update their displays when parameters on the OR-1m's control panel are changed via mouse or preset recall. This lets users experience the flexibility and performance of a computer-based sequencing solution while retaining the immediacy and feel of a hardware control surface. The random module allows all of the OR-1m step and loop parameters to have their values randomly generated within user-specified ranges, either individually or with all parameters as a group. Notes can be generated over a span of just a few pitches or the entire multi-octave range allowed by the MIDI specification. Likewise, MIDI controller data can be limited in the values randomly assigned, which can be useful when a user needs to restrict the maximum resonance setting of a filter or similar parameter. The OR-1m also introduces the concept of random locks. Present on each sequencer step and sequence loop, when activated, they prevent their associated area from both having its parameters changed by the random module, as well as protecting from value alterations due to global channel changes. Another application for this function could be found when using the random module to repeatedly generate new note data, while periodically locking the steps which the user wishes to retain and protect. The loop section of the OR-1m features 4 loops, each of which has separate settings for the highest and lowest steps that will sound when the loop is played. Loop settings also include control for section transposition and playback direction, including forward, reverse, alternating, and random playback modes. Any of the 4 loops can be selected for playback individually at any time. In addition, all 4 loops can be played in sequence, allowing for the generation of extremely complex melodic lines and rhythmic patterns. When per-loop parameters such as transposition and loop start step and end step are randomized, the playback chaining feature can lead to very unexpected and often inspiring results. The OR-1m also supports note-triggered sequence playback and direct step triggering via MIDI notes. Note triggering allows for the OR-1m sequencer to play its next step when a particular MIDI note is received. This allows for sequencers and MIDI instruments to control the OR-1m using a pattern of MIDI notes which could be quantized to trigger the OR-1m with whatever feel the user prefers, or played live, allowing for all manner of real-time creative interaction. Direct step triggering allows any of the OR-1m's 16 steps to be triggered when a specific MIDI note is received. This provides intense flexibility in playback order and allows users to intermix sequential playback with steps called out of their predefined sequence order.